The friend's disappearance sparked a series of investigations. Paranormal experts, thrill seekers, and even skeptics visited Black Hollow Asylum. Each had their own theories and experiences. Some claimed to have seen apparitions, others heard the same eerie whispers. One investigator, Dr. Helen Graves, documented her findings in a journal. She described a malevolent presence that seemed to feed on fear. Her meticulous notes detailed unexplained phenomena, objects moving on their own, sudden temperature drops, and disembodied voices. Dr. Graves's last entry mentioned a breakthrough. She wrote, "I am close to understanding the entity that haunts this place. Tonight, I will attempt direct communication." But she too vanished without a trace, leaving only her journal behind. Her disappearance added another layer to the mystery of Black Hollow Asylum, a place where the line between reality and the supernatural blurs, and those who seek answers often become part of the enigma themselves. Years passed, and the legend of Black Hollow Asylum only grew stronger. Urban explorers and thrill seekers shared their encounters online, drawing more curious souls to the site. The tales of ghostly apparitions and eerie whispers became a viral sensation, captivating audiences worldwide. A group of seasoned paranormal enthusiasts decided to take their investigation to the next level by live-streaming their exploration of the asylum. Equipped with the latest technology, infrared cameras, EVP recorders and motion sensors, they hoped to capture undeniable evidence of the supernatural. As they ventured deeper into the decaying structure, the atmosphere grew increasingly oppressive. Their equipment, initially functioning perfectly, began to malfunction one by one. Cameras flickered, audio distorted, and temperature gauges went haywire. The group experienced unexplainable phenomena, objects moving on their own, shadows darting in the periphery, and chilling whispers that seemed to come from nowhere. Viewers watched in suspense as the live stream captured these eerie occurrences in real time. Just as the tension reached its peak, the screen went black. The feed abruptly ended, leaving thousands of viewers in stunned silence, desperate for answers. The group's fate remains a mystery, adding yet another chilling chapter to the enigma of Black Hollow Asylum. Who or what caused the live stream to end? Were the paranormal enthusiasts victims of the asylum's malevolent forces? Or was it all an elaborate hoax? The unanswered questions and the abrupt ending left the audience with a lingering sense of dread and curiosity, fueling the legend of Black Hollow Asylum even further. The local authorities, pressured by the growing number of disappearances, decided to seal off Black Hollow Asylum. However, this only added to its allure. Stories of secret tunnels and hidden rooms circulated, enticing more adventurers. One such adventurer, a historian named Mark, believed the asylum held clues to a larger mystery. He discovered old blueprints that hinted at a hidden basement. Determined to uncover the truth, he ventured into the asylum alone. Mark was no stranger to unraveling the past. With a flashlight in hand, he navigated the crumbling corridors, guided by the ancient blueprints. The deeper he went, the more oppressive the atmosphere became. The air grew colder, and the walls seemed to close in around him. Every creak and groan of the building sent shivers down his spine, but he pressed on, driven by an insatiable curiosity. After hours of searching, Mark found what he was looking for. A narrow staircase hidden behind a false wall. The steps descended into darkness, and the air was thick with the scent of mildew and decay. He took a deep breath and began his descent, his flashlight casting eerie shadows on the walls. The further he went, the more he felt as if he was being watched. At the bottom of the stairs, he discovered a heavy, rusted door. With considerable effort, he managed to pry it open, revealing a hidden basement. The room was filled with old medical equipment, dusty files and strange symbols etched into the walls. It was a chilling sight, a glimpse into the asylum's dark past. As Mark explored the basement, he stumbled upon a hidden chamber. Inside, he found a collection of old journals and documents that hinted at the asylum's true purpose. It seemed that Black Hollow was more than just a psychiatric hospital. It was a place of dark experiments and forbidden knowledge. The journals spoke of rituals and sacrifices, of attempts to harness supernatural forces. Suddenly, the temperature dropped, and Mark felt a presence behind him. He turned, but there was no one there. The shadows seemed to move on their own, and faint whispers filled the air. Panic set in, but he knew he had to find a way out. Clutching the journals, he retraced his steps, his heart pounding in his chest. As he reached the top of the stairs, the door slammed shut behind him. He was trapped. The whispers grew louder, more insistent, as if the very walls were closing in on him. Desperate, he searched for another way out, but the building seemed to conspire against him. The shadows grew darker and the whispers became a deafening roar. Mark's fate remains unknown. Some say he was claimed by the asylum, just like so many before him. Others believe he uncovered a truth too terrible to share. His disappearance added yet another layer to the mystery of Black Hollow Asylum, a place where the line between reality and nightmare blurs. The journals he found have never been recovered, leaving their secrets buried in the darkness. The legend of Black Hollow Asylum continues to grow, fueled by the stories of those who dared to enter and never returned. The asylum stands as a haunting reminder of the unknown, a place where the past refuses to stay buried. Mark's exploration led him to a concealed door behind a crumbling wall. Inside, he found a staircase descending into darkness. With a flashlight in hand, he descended, discovering a series of rooms filled with old medical equipment and patient records. The air was thick with the scent of mildew and decay, each step echoing through the silent corridors. In the final room, Mark found a journal belonging to the asylum's head doctor. The journal detailed unethical experiments conducted on the patients, aiming to harness and control their fears. The entries were chilling, describing procedures that pushed the boundaries of human endurance and sanity. As Mark read through the journal, he realized the asylum's dark history was far more sinister than anyone had imagined. The head doctor had been obsessed with the idea of turning fear into a tangible force, using patients as unwilling subjects in his twisted experiments. The journal spoke of strange rituals and attempts to summon and bind malevolent entities. Suddenly Mark felt the temperature drop. The room seemed to grow darker and the shadows on the walls began to shift. He heard faint whispers, as if the very walls were speaking to him. Panic set in, but he knew he had to keep reading. The journal hinted at a final experiment, one that had gone horribly wrong and led to the asylum's closure. Mark's heart raced as he reached the final entry. The head doctor wrote of a ritual that had unleashed a powerful and malevolent force, one that fed on fear and despair. The doctor had tried to contain it, but it had claimed the lives of the patients and staff, leaving the asylum a haunted shell. As Mark closed the journal, he felt a presence behind him. He turned, but there was no one there. The shadows seemed to move on their own, and the whispers grew louder. Clutching the journal, he knew he had to find a way out before the darkness claimed him as well. Mark's discovery added a new layer to the mystery of Black Hollow Asylum. The journal, with its chilling revelations, provided a glimpse into the true horrors that had taken place within its walls. The asylum's dark legacy continued to haunt those who dared to uncover its secrets, a reminder of the thin veil between reality and nightmare. As Mark continued reading, he heard footsteps approaching. His heart pounded as he quickly hid behind an old cabinet, peering through the gaps. A shadowy figure entered the room, its movements deliberate and searching. The figure muttered to itself, as if looking for something specific. Mark held his breath, trying to remain as silent as possible. Suddenly, Mark's flashlight flickered, casting a brief light in the room. The figure's head snapped towards the source of the light. Panic surged through Mark as he realized he had been discovered. Without thinking, he bolted from his hiding spot, sprinting down the labyrinthine corridors of the basement. The basement seemed to twist and turn endlessly, each hallway more disorienting than the last. Mark's footsteps echoed through the darkness, mingling with the sound of his pursuer's steady approach. His mind raced as he navigated the maze, desperately seeking an exit. Finally, he emerged in a different part of the asylum, gasping for breath. The familiar scent of decay filled the air, but the surroundings were unfamiliar. Mark was disoriented and terrified, but he knew he couldn't stop. Determined to escape, he retraced his steps, hoping to find the concealed door that had led him to the basement. But when he reached the spot where the door had been, it was gone. The wall was solid, with no trace of the hidden entrance. Mark's heart sank as he realized he was trapped. The whispers grew louder, and the shadows seemed to close in around him. Mark's fate remains unknown, lost in the darkness of Black Hollow Asylum. His discovery of the doctor's journal and the shadowy figure's pursuit add another layer to the chilling mystery. The asylum's dark legacy continues to claim those who dare to uncover its secrets, a haunting reminder of the thin veil between reality and nightmare. The legend of Black Hollow Asylum continues to grow, with new stories and sightings reported regularly. Some believe the asylum is a portal to another dimension, while others think it's cursed. Despite the dangers, thrill seekers and paranormal investigators are drawn to its dark allure. The mystery of the asylum remains unsolved, and its secrets continue to haunt those who dare to explore its shadowy halls. One recent story tells of a group of paranormal investigators who claim to have captured evidence of ghostly apparitions on camera. They described seeing figures in old-fashioned clothing wandering the halls, their faces obscured by shadows. The footage, though grainy and unclear, has sparked renewed interest in the asylum's haunted history. Another chilling account comes from a thrill seeker who reported hearing disembodied voices whispering his name as he explored the decaying rooms. He described a feeling of being watched, as if unseen eyes were tracking his every move. The experience left him shaken, convinced that something sinister lurks within the asylum's walls. As more stories emerge, the legend of Black Hollow Asylum only grows darker. Each new tale adds to the mystery, painting a picture of a place where the line between reality and nightmare is forever blurred. For those who dare to enter, the asylum offers a glimpse into the unknown, a chance to confront the ghosts of the past. But beware, once you step through its doors, you may never be the same again. Are you brave enough to face the horrors of Black Hollow Asylum? This place, shrouded in mystery and fear, has long been abandoned, yet it continues to draw the curious and the brave. The very sight of its decaying facade sends shivers down the spine, a testament to the dark history that lies within its walls. Many have tried to uncover its secrets, but few have returned to tell the tale. Tonight we delve into the chilling history of Black Hollow Asylum, a place where the line between reality and nightmare blurs. Let's dive into its chilling history. The asylum was built in the early 1900s, intended to be a sanctuary for those suffering from mental illness. However, it quickly gained a reputation for its harsh treatments and the eerie atmosphere that seemed to permeate every corner. Patients often spoke of strange noises and shadowy figures that roamed the halls at night. The staff dismissed these claims as mere hallucinations, but the stories persisted, growing more sinister with each passing year. Once a psychiatric hospital, it closed after patients vanished overnight. The disappearance of the patients remains one of the greatest mysteries of Black Hollow Asylum. On a cold winter night, the staff arrived to find the wards empty, the beds neatly made, and no sign of a struggle. It was as if the patients had simply vanished into thin air. The authorities conducted a thorough investigation, but no clues were ever found. The asylum was shut down, and the building was left to decay, becoming a ghostly reminder of the past. Some say they escaped. There are those who believe that the patients managed to find a way out, fleeing into the night to escape the horrors within. They speak of secret tunnels and hidden passages that led to freedom. But if that were true, where did they go? Why did they never return to their families? The questions remain unanswered, adding to the enigma of Black Hollow Asylum. Others taken by something inside. The more chilling theory is that something within the asylum took the patients. Some say it was a malevolent spirit. Others believe it was a dark force that fed on the fear and despair of the inmates. Whatever it was, it left no trace, only the lingering sense of dread that still hangs over the place. Those who have dared to enter the asylum speak of feeling watched, of hearing whispers in the dark, and of seeing fleeting shadows that vanish when approached. 5 friends dared to explore. In recent years, the legend of Black Hollow Asylum has attracted thrill seekers and paranormal investigators. Among them were 5 friends: Jason, Mia, Carlos, Emily and Ben. They were drawn by the stories of the haunted asylum and the promise of uncovering its secrets. Armed with flashlights and cameras, they ventured into the decaying building, unaware of the horrors that awaited them. Jason, Mia, Carlos, Emily and Ben found eerie whispers and a locked door. As they explored the dark hallways, they began to hear faint whispers, as if the walls themselves were speaking. The whispers grew louder, more insistent, leading them to a locked door at the end of a long corridor. The door was old and heavy, its surface covered in scratches and strange symbols. Despite their fear, they decided to open it, driven by a mix of curiosity and dread. Inside, a dark, padded cell. The room beyond the door was a padded cell, its walls lined with thick, worn padding. The air was heavy with the scent of mildew and decay. In the center of the room stood a single chair facing the wall. The friends felt a chill run down their spines as they stepped inside, the whispers now a constant murmur in their ears. It was as if the room itself was alive, watching them, waiting for something. A chair facing the wall. The chair seemed out of place, an ordinary object in an extraordinary setting. It was old and worn, its wooden frame creaking as if it had been used for years. The friends approached it cautiously, their flashlights casting long shadows on the walls. They could feel the tension in the air, a sense of impending doom that made their hearts race. What was the significance of the chair? Why was it facing the wall? The questions swirled in their minds, adding to their growing unease. The chair spun around, empty. Suddenly, without warning, the chair began to spin. The friends watched in horror as it turned slowly, revealing its empty seat. There was no one there, yet the chair moved as if guided by an unseen hand. The whispers grew louder, more frantic, filling the room with a cacophony of voices. The friends backed away, their fear turning to panic. They had come seeking answers, but now they were faced with something far more terrifying. Shadows emerged, friends vanished. As the chair continued to spin, dark shadows began to emerge from the corners of the room. The friends could see ghostly figures taking shape, their forms flickering like candle flames. One by one, the friends began to disappear, swallowed by the darkness. Their screams echoed through the halls, a haunting reminder of their fate. The asylum had claimed them, just as it had claimed the patients all those years ago. Years later, new explorers found the chair. The story of the 5 friends became another chapter in the legend of Black Hollow Asylum. Years later, a new group of explorers ventured into the building, drawn by the same morbid curiosity. They found the padded cell, the chair still standing in the center of the room. The air was thick with the same sense of dread, the whispers still echoing in the darkness. The new explorers felt the weight of the past pressing down on them, a reminder of the horrors that had taken place. Beneath it, words in dust, still here. As they examined the room, they noticed something written in the dust on the floor. The words were faint but unmistakable. Still here. It was a chilling message, a reminder that the spirits of Black Hollow Asylum had not moved on. The new explorers left the building, their hearts heavy with the knowledge that the asylum's dark legacy would continue to haunt those who dared to enter. The story of Black Hollow Asylum remains a cautionary tale, a reminder of the thin veil between our world and the unknown.